There's a popular online theory that the characters from the beloved children's book and show, Winnie the Pooh, actually represent different mental disorders. Maybe you've seen TikToks about it, or even seen videos talking about it as far as 6 or 7 years ago. Did you know that this theory actually originates from a 2000s article published in a Canadian Medical Association journal? According to Snopes, this tongue-in-cheek paper didn't mean to provide a serious diagnosis of these characters. The lead researcher and author, Sarah Shea, said that what they actually wanted to do was poke fun at their own professional process wherein we sit in judgment as we diagnose and label others. With that in mind, let's take a look at what disorders Winnie the Pooh and his friends have been quote-unquote diagnosed with, both by Shea and her group's original study, and through many creative additions from random people online. Winnie the Pooh. Winnie is a caring little bear who likes honey. He is the main protagonist of the series. The theory suggests that this cute little bear embodies the concept of comorbidity and suffers from ADHD and OCD, where his symptoms are further triggered by his obsession with honey. It is also believed that he is suffering from cognitive struggles, as he is described as having very little brain, which may be caused by his injuries from the back of his head as he is being dragged downstairs in the series. Christopher Robin. Christopher Robin is a small boy who has a complete lack of parental supervision. This child is spending his time talking to animals, and specialists believe that there could be some Freudian meaning behind the name Winnie the Pooh. Tiger. Tiger is gregarious and affectionate, who exhibits a recurring pattern of risk-taking behaviors, such as impulsively sampling unknown substances, and even leads Rue into dangerous situations. Clinicians believe that Tiger exhibits hyperactivity and impulsivity due to his recurring behaviors. Piglet. Little Piglet embodies generalized anxiety disorder, as he is almost constantly anxious, even over situations where most individuals would not worry about. Personality-wise, this little piglet is often flustered and blushing, but he is at risk for additional self-esteem injury because of their neighbor Eeyore's chronic dysthymia. Eeyore. Eeyore lives his life through a negative perspective. He is rarely seen happy in the series, as well as chronically suffering from low energy. It is unknown what had caused his chronic negative outlook on life, but clinicians believe that he suffers from depression, whether it is caused by inherited endogenous depression or due to early trauma. Kanga. Kanga is a gentle, warm-hearted stuffed kangaroo, as well as the only female character in the main cast. She and her son, Rue, make up the newest additions to Winnie the Pooh's social circle. Online theorists suggest she has social anxiety, pointing to her overprotectiveness of her son and abnormal fears about her son's safety. Gia et al. Argues otherwise, forging clinical or personality disorders, suggesting that she is at risk for poor life outcomes due to being a single mom, unemployed, and overprotective of her child. Rue. Rue is a playful little Joey, the son of Kanga, and the youngest one in Winnie the Pooh's circle of friends. His apparent lack of awareness of danger and an abnormal attachment to sitting in his mother's pouch has led some online to theorize he sits on the autism spectrum. However, Shea et al. Made no diagnosis at all of him, noting that impulsivity and hyperactivity are appropriate and expected for a child so young, but merely suggesting that he is at high risk for poor outcomes later in life, with multiple risk factors like his mom's single parenthood, an undesirable peer group, looking at you, Tiger, and being a potential victim of unusual feeding practices. Rabbit. Crafty but eternally cranky and overly cautious, Rabbit is one of the smartest characters but often suffers from dealing with the antics of his more light-hearted friends. Shea et al.'s original paper pointed to his apparent need to organize others into groupings seemingly against their will, and the internet has taken the diagnosis of OCD and run with it. Chia et al., however, did not suggest OCD, but did suggest narcissistic personality disorder, noting his tendency to be very self-important sometimes. Owl. Owl, the wise and mature one in the group, is sometimes a little pompous, but almost always well-meaning. He is possibly dyslexic, and according to the theory, he is trying his best to cover up for it. In conclusion, the pathology in 100-Acre Wood mental disorder diagnostics are written by several mental health professionals as they poke fun at the way that diagnostics are made in their profession. This teaches us that making a diagnostic conclusion based on surface-level observation shouldn't be used to label others in regards to their mental health, especially if you do not possess the proper training to do so. Then, it shouldn't be done at all, as it is unhealthy for both parties. When someone possesses the traits associated with a certain mental disorder, it does not necessarily mean that they are suffering from that particular disorder, as it may just be a facet of their personality. Such as someone who has a shy and timid personality does not necessarily mean that they are suffering from social anxiety disorder. Therefore, we shouldn't make conclusions and label others based on shallow, surface-level observations, as it's mostly inaccurate and can be harmful to the other person. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.